Hi everyone, I'm live and we're talking about magic wands. So I'm going to wait till people join, but as you join, I really want Facebook to put stars on their likes and loves. So everybody's got to write Facebook and ask them to put stars on there. But give me some likes and loves and tell me who's here and where you're from, and let's make sure this is going live in the right place, because it wasn't set up the way it was supposed to be set up normally. And we have some really fun things to talk about today. I'm kind of like mellow today, but I'm sure that'll change in a matter of minutes. I'm sure my nose will start itching and all sorts of things will start happening. Yes, I'm live. Okay, so we are going to talk about the magic wand, and we're going to talk about how to make it work, and does it work, and why am I all in this magic wand kick. But first, tell me who's here. Hi, Emily. Hi, Matt. Hi, Esmeralda. How are you? Hi, everyone. Hi, Terry. Hi, Sujata. So the reason why I want to talk about magic wands is because how do I say this? Hi, Sue. I'm out there on a lot of different spiritual platforms, right, with a lot of different spiritual teachers. And the one thing that bothers me about some of the things that I see out there, and it doesn't speak to me, but I'd love to know if it speaks to you, are those programs out there that say, just listen to this one meditation and you'll be cured for life. Have any of you seen that? If you have, let me see the likes and the loves, and also comment below. Because I want to play a little game with you guys, and I want to talk to you and share you a little bit about my story, about where your magic wand is, what the magic wand is, and how to get it to finally work. And so I personally, when I see things like that, first of all, I know some of these people, and I know that the magic wand isn't exactly working in their life. So, and they're not fully transparent about it. So that bothers me, because you know that I have a big problem with, I just don't like people that aren't honest about their own paths, and they're out there going, everything's great, it's wonderful, it's amazing. By the way, I do love my little magic wand. I got it from when I went up to Northern California, Carmel, and the woman's name is escaping me, but I met this lovely woman on the beach, and we talked quite a bit, and I went to her store, and she gave this to me. So I do like my magic wand. So I want to know what, Emily says she's never seen it. Rare says, yep, they haven't worked for me. Yep. So what we're talking about while we're here, and what I want to eat, what Met says, eat one pill and you're fixed. No, thank you. Exactly. So we're going to play a game today. I'm going to teach you something, and I want to show you something, because what's happening to me lately is I'm changing. My work is changing. My business is changing. How I want to teach, how I want to help is changing. It's growing, it's expanding. And one of the things that I've walked away from this year is doing readings, right? So I do readings it's been very hard for me to do readings lately because I'm really busy. But when members want readings, we sometimes try to fit them in. So anybody who's a membership for your soul, otherwise we recommend somebody else on my site for readings. And the reason why I stopped doing readings is, well, there's a lot there. So I'm not going to unpack it all, because that's going to be some other content. But part of the reason is because I truly, truly want you to hold your own magic wand. I don't want you to be dependent on other people telling you what it is that you feel inside here. Now, you've heard me say this before. That's not to say that we all have moments in our lives where we may feel a little cloudy or lost, and we go to a specific teacher or a coach or a spiritual advisor for advice or for help, or to see through the clouds, right? But I want you with teachers that are really going to empower you inside of you, that are really going to awaken that flame inside your heart and get you to anchor into it. Because when it's just out here and you don't feel empowered in here, what happens is you fall out. You just completely fall out, and you lose the momentum. Now, it's not to say that when you're anchored into something in your heart, you'll have momentum, you'll be really excited, and then you'll have little dips, and then you'll have this, and then you'll have this. What you'll find is it won't do this after a while. It won't go up and down so much. So my question to all of you first question was, how many of you have seen those programs out there where the person is saying, hey, come over here, hang out with me, like that creepy guy in the candy store, or the creepy woman in the laundromat. Come here and talk to me. I've got a magic wand for you. And if you buy this magic wand, you're going to be cured for life. So first I want to know, because I've heard from a couple of you, how many of you had that? How many of you have had that experience? Then I'm going to teach you something, because I want you to see how you have your own magic wand. So I'm going to look at the comments. Laura says, that's why I love your teachings. You help me to help myself. I'm so glad to hear that, Laura. It is my thing. Dana says, this is you for me. Thank you. Thanksgiving blessings to all. Yes, happy Thanksgiving for those of you that are here. So Sujata says, yes, fallen for that many times. Great. So I want to, let me see if I have more. No, Gracie says, no, thank goodness. Good for you, Gracie. Sharon says, I have, yes. Nancy says, I have. Yes, I get these every day, Sharon says. Great. So it's good to hear. And Bernice says she's never seen one, which is great. So we're going to stop it before that happens, Bernice, which is really good. So what I've said before, Colleen says, I've seen it, but don't pay attention. That's wonderful. But you can only imagine like somebody who's in a really, the nose itching is starting. Yay. Somebody's in a really, really vulnerable state and they're desperate. And then they come across this thing that says one thing and you're going to be healed. They are desperate to buy it, right? I had somebody, I don't know if she's still in membership. She is. And I almost went a little like this on her because we were talking through one of her issues on one of the calls, and she's the sweetest girl. She's been through so much. What a loving person. And she told me how this intuitive was helping her and she loved her, but she wanted her to pay $7,500 to clear the curses from her life. And that just makes me nuts. That makes me nuts. Now, I have programs out there, 5,000, but the programs are about being interactive and really getting involved in your life and having tools for your life. So let me tell you a story and then let's play a game so I can show you how your own magic wand has been working. Okay. And God knows what they're going to do because they didn't have me write any of this ahead of time like usual. So I really was thinking about my own magic wand and when it all started, and it started when I was about 26 years old, 25 years old. I was in a horrible, I just burped. I don't know if you heard that. I was in a horrible place in my life, really horrible place. And I had already been through a year of therapy or less, and it wasn't really helping. Actually, that therapist went back to my father and told him everything. So that really wasn't good. But I knew I needed therapy and I knew I needed something fast because I was in the ditches. And I started going to therapy and everything, it was one of those moments in life, and I'd love to know by likes and loves, how many of you have had this experience where you know you need help, and then you go and get the help, and you know that everything that your life was up until that point is being changed. And you're not really sure how you feel about that change because you know it's going to require some work, it's going to require some loss, it's going to require some awake moments of seeing people for who they are. There's going to require some relationships to go away. Denny, if you're still on here, I know that you've had these experiences. So it was one of those moments in my life where it was really, really hard. I was facing some very difficult things, and many of you have had these in your life, right? But that was my first magic wand moment. Why was it a magic wand moment? Because I knew I needed change. I knew I wanted a better life, and I knew I had to go out of myself and get it. And then I went to someone who was going to help me to do it with my life, help me co-create it. So that's the magic wand. This magic wand is inside of me. It's God, is God, source, universe, whatever you believe, put it inside my heart to live a better life. So here I am on the therapy track, and I am in therapy. I'm in group therapy. I'm in different group therapies. I'm reading therapeutic books. I'm dropping people from my life. I'm getting my close-knit friends, telling them I need help because that's what my therapist told to do. I'm with my therapist. And then I'm in different classes, dream classes and acting classes, and I'm just throwing everything at it to work. And it's working. Starting to work. My life is changing. And then my acting teachers say to me, I'm going to try to change the lighting. Something's wrong with this therapist. Something's going wrong here, Marilyn. And then my close friends pull me aside and say, something's wrong with this therapist. This is after 5 years of therapy. And then I started noticing something was wrong, and they were right. And I left that therapist. And that's a whole other story of how that went down. But I would have never been empowered. She helped me quite a bit, but I would have never been, look, it's dancing on my face now, empowered to leave that therapist had I not been through what I'd been through and learned how to have the magic wand in my life. It was one of those moments where I knew I was empowered. I knew that I could take care of myself. I knew I'd already surrounded myself with people. My acting coach at the time was a beautiful woman, Sheila Neves. She's wonderful in New York. And then my dream teacher, we had a falling out too, so I'm not going to say her name. Because why did we have a falling out? When I stand up for things, when I see unfairness, I have a hard time with it. Now, I've learned how to stand up for it now without pissing people off. But I really don't like unfairness. So that's what that in there, but I learned a lot. Okay. So then I was in dream work. I was in all this work and acting classes, and getting all this help that I needed and I found another therapist in New York. I'd been through a lot of therapists, but she was wonderful in helping me out. And then I moved to LA and things blew up again, and I remember having an anxiety attack and thinking I was going to die. And that's when I went back into therapy and I found a spiritual advisor and I found different things. You see where I'm going. And all of this made me know that nobody outside of me has the magic pill. I have the magic pill. So what I want to do right now, first of all, I'm going to look at your comments. But what I want to do right now is I want to help you recognize the magic wand moments in your life so that we can continue to build from them. Because I was just in membership, and I think Liat is still on it. Liat, I know how to say your name. And Liat asked these incredible questions about chakras. I'm not going to get into it because it's a membership. And I did a video answering these questions. But what I love about what Liat is doing is she's in this waking up moment, this expression, this experience, this expansion, which a lot of people are in my audience, right? And she's out there cultivating different things and listening to different things and reading different things. And then she'll come back to me and she'll say, what do you think about this and this and this and this and this? And today we had a whole discussion around a question she was asking me about chakras. But the basis of my questions, the foundation is that you're going to go out there and hear a lot of different things. And it's up to you to decide what you believe in. Because none of us know really what happens when we leave this physical existence. I know what my guides tell me. I know what spirit tells me. Liat. Oh, so I'm not saying it right. Liat. Tell me if I'm saying it right now. So I know what my guides tell me, and I know what spirit's telling me, and I know what I believe today. And I also know that it could change tomorrow because something else can come in. So when you're going out there grabbing all these different programs, you want to come back to yourself and decide what's best for you. So if there's a belief system or a formula out there, I don't usually follow formulas because I have a difficult time with them. You want to maybe take what you like and leave the rest, okay? Are you guys following me right now? So I need to know, give me the likes and the loves. And I did it, Liat. Thank you, sweetie. So let me know if this is making sense. And then let's play. Let me just check your comments out. Then let's play a little game about you finding your magic wand inside yourself. And then what I want for you is, of course, as you're out there looking for different spiritual teachers or coaches or programs, if you're following me, you want to make sure that they're empowering you, that they're not telling you that you have to only follow them in order to be wise, in order to walk your path, in order to, like, I'm bringing guest teachers in and membership because it's not all me. There are things people in membership believe in that I don't believe in, but I would never take it away from them. That's great. So it's making sense. Great. Thank you for sharing your journey. You're brave and powerful. Thank you, Alejandra. Rhonda says, just joined in. Hi, Rhonda. Beva says, yep. Good. Kimberly says, yes, this is so resonates. Great. Liat says, I got her name right. Emily says, I've definitely had the therapy regrets where we are labeled and meant to fit a mental norm or society guidelines that didn't work and make patterns that made it worse. And I regret following, but now I'm definitely my inner guidance and bigger truth path. Let's talk about regret real quick. I'm older than a lot of you, maybe not older than everyone on this Facebook Live. But regrets are moments in time for you to make a different choice right now. So it's not to say I've been going through some things that I have made decisions about in my past. I was a big partier when I was growing up. And I think about certain choices that I made, when I was a teenager and in college and even early after college. And then I stopped a lot of that stuff. And some in my early 30s. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I look back at that stuff and I say, okay, Spirit, you're showing it to me now. You're showing me some regret now. What is it that what pattern or habit or belief am I carrying a bit now? What shame and what do I need to let go of and move forward and make a different choice? So definitely want to not let regrets go on. Happy birthday, Christine. Oh, we're both Sagittarians. I'm December 7th. You want to make sure that you're making different decisions. Okay, so let's get into your lives because it's not just about my life. Let me just, again, look real quick. So Denny says, seeing my folks come out from their bedroom, seeing my mom with a bloody lop on me, hit her, ready to beat him up. They divorced shortly after he got into recovery. I went in about 6 years later, as you know. I knew it was time for things to change, except the wave of the magic wand. Yeah, that's why I called upon you, Denny, because I know a bit about your life. I know a bit about other people's lives, but I know that you've been more public about it. I wouldn't call out other members unless they were comfortable with it. But yeah, those are moments that really change. So let's do something now, okay? So everybody just close their eyes and picture that magic wand inside of you, okay? Just close your eyes and notice maybe your magic wand is the shape of a lightning bolt. Maybe your magic wand is a butterfly. What does your magic wand look like? And we'll write about this in a minute, but just be with the moment inside yourself. What does your magic wand inside of you look like? And if you can't see it, what do you think it looks like? What do you want it to be? Because you're allowed to choose what you want it to be too. You think that you're not allowed to do that, but that's actually what Spirit is giving you is freedom of choice, free will. What does your magic wand look like? I'm liking mine. And where does it live inside of you? So just touch base with that now and just be with that magic wand right at this moment. And it may be saying, notice what it's saying to you. It might be saying, it's about time. Just notice what it's saying to you. And you have to use your imagination in allowing this magic wand to speak to you right now. Now, as you're with this magic wand, and if you're having difficulty seeing, just answer the questions that I ask through your own imaginations, respond to them, or open up your eyes and notice what you see in nature. Don't ever limit yourself out of the fact that you feel like you're not seeing. Allow yourself to hear, to smell, to feel, to sense, to know. Always use more. So you and this magic wand now are walking down the path of your life. And this path may not be recognizable to you. It may be an imaginary path, but you're walking down this path of life. And the magic wand is pointing out a moment in time where you engaged it. And it may not be what you thought it was. It may be something that you didn't even realize that was a magic wand moment. And just notice what you're seeing, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing when you see this magic wand moment. Now, continue to walk down the path and notice if your magic wand has changed or shifted, or maybe it's gotten bigger because it's getting acknowledged. And as you continue to walk down this path, I want you now, as the empowered being you are, to take that magic wand and show it a moment where you felt that you really engaged it. The magic wand's not going to show you. You're showing it now. Another moment in time where you really feel like you engaged your magic wand. And what this means is freedom of choice, freedom of intuition. You trusted your intuition. It might have been a very powerful moment, or it might have been a very devastating moment that led to a realization. But you go and show this magic wand now where you engaged it. Now I want you to take this magic wand and continue down the path. And I want you both now to choose a moment in time. Maybe it's in the immediate future. Maybe it was in the recent past. Maybe it's today, where you're going to take a moment in time together and wave your magic wand over something. It might be something in the future. It might be something that you just did and you're waiting for the magic to happen. But take this magic wand and the two of you co-create this experience together. And choose another moment from it. Like, choose where it's going to take you. What is it going to make you feel like? What is it catapulting in terms of your emotional experience? So let me give you a quick example. Like, I just emailed someone something. So that may be that's a magic wand moment for me, because it may lead to something else. And if it's the right experience, the right person, the right partnership, then it will be. And what it gives me is a sense of courage. I had the courage to do it. Okay. Now I want you to thank your magic wand, and I want you to place it in a very sacred place, whether it's inside your body, your soul, your mind, or maybe it's just in your pocket. And I want you to come back to this live and tell me something from that experience. I asked what your magic wand looked like. Mine was actually a golden lightning rod in the center of my chest. And I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. I didn't think my magic wand would look like that. And I was pretty surprised. The first magic wand moment it showed me was when I went to see Godspell when I was very young. And during the intermission, they were giving out wine. It was the Last Supper, so they were giving out wine. And then they were giving away the bottles of wine. And I was very young, and I went up into the stage to get the last bottle. Like, I ran up there, and I was like, I want it. And the guy was like, okay, what are you going to give me for it? And I said, a piece of gum. And he said, how about a kiss? And I gave him a little kiss on the cheek. This is before all this sexual crazy harassment. Of course he wasn't. He was just being, I was a little kid. He was being very sweet. And then my mother was searching for me. She's like, I didn't know where you were. And all of a sudden I saw you on the stage. And she was so proud of me in that moment, because I took initiative and I did something without asking. And I wanted something and I went for it. And I kind of have that in me. When I want something, I really go for it. So I was shocked that the magic wand showed me that moment. So let me see what some of you guys said. I want to hear what your magic wand looked like, what you learned from it. Was this helpful? Sometimes I may do an exercise with you and you may be like, that sucked. And although I don't want you to tell me it sucked, but you can tell me what worked and what didn't work. That's okay. All right. So Beva said, oops, here they all come in. They're all coming in now. Beva said, ooh, like a mini warp core, Deep Space Nine in the center of my chest glowing. So what I love about that, and I want to know from all of you, especially likes and loves, and if you like these videos, I really ask that you share them, because I am working on building my audience. There goes the light again. What I love about that is you all recognized how you have your own magic wand. So the next time somebody tells you, hey, you need to buy my magic wand because my magic wand is going to cure you of everything. First of all, it's never one program that cures you of everything. It's building blocks. You learn from one, like the one therapist. I learned from a dream teacher. I learned from another therapist. I learned from group therapy. I learned from a spiritual teacher. I learned from a medium. It's all building blocks. So there's never just one thing because our soul is constantly evolving. Okay, so let me read some more. Let me try to change the lighting again. We'll go this way. Nope, that was worse. All right. Damn that lighting. I got to find a place that doesn't have sunlight. All right, let's see. Lori says, mine was a lit star in my heart. Hand handle down, got brighter as we walked down the path. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad, so glad, so glad. Met says, mine is full of crystals and sparkles. I love that. So in membership, I'm going to have to do this with all of you because we're going to do a drawing exercise of the magic wand. And for those of you not in membership, I'll explain to you what to do so you can do it, but we're going to do it together in membership. Caroline said, LOTR Gandalf staff. I don't know who, what is that? Tell me what that is again. It's escaping my mind. Long, crooked wooden stick with a huge white light on the top, lighting my way. The energy was strong. Love that. Love that. Transmission cut. Sorry about that. Beatrice says, Berenice, I hope I'm saying it right. The first thing I saw as my magic wand was a heart. Great. Leandra said, I felt mine from my heart to my throat. It's big, a spiral of moving energy. The moments when I saw it, I chose the path without any doubt. Amazingly powerful. I feel so much strength. Thank you so much. I love my strength. I love your strength too. I love your strength too. So that's what I want to show. I want to show that you have the strength. Now, again, like I just hired another coach, right? A business coach who has been really great for me. And it's been out of my comfort zone financially completely. Like when I looked at what I spent in business coaches this year, and he was totally at a whole other level, but I did it because I believe in myself. I believe in my business. I believe in where I'm going, and I believe in what I want to do. And I believe in my vision. And many of you may be thinking like, you have the bank account. No, that was charged. So it'll be paid off, but that was charged. But I believed in it. And my guides and I sat with this and said, okay, this is the coach, the next coach for you. This is where you need to go. And I got to tell you, yesterday I had a session with him. I was a little disappointed again. I've been like a little disappointed. It's not all about him. And he's been great. It's been really great. It's changing everything. And I'm starting a new program with them next week, even though I've been doing individuals. But that's the beauty of it. I go back to my guides and I go, what's this about? And that's what's really good. And I'm empowered to make those decisions. He's not telling me he's going to change my life for the rest of my life. I wouldn't go to him if he said that. I know it's a co-creative process. So when we're on the phone together and he's like, you're frustrated again. I'm like, yeah, I'm really freaking pissed off right now. I don't hide who I am anymore. I say it like it is. I respect the person's work, but I say it like it is. So that's where I want you to be. So let's see who else we got here. Laura says, mine was attached to Tinkerbell singing I'm a Genie in a Bottle. Christine Aguilera. Love that. Lord of the Rings. I couldn't remember. Thanks, Denny. Jeez, Denny's like my moderator on these things. Thank goodness. Pamela Hart says, black wands with a beautiful butterfly in the end, emitting sparkling multicolored stars and wispy rainbow trails, lives in my heart chakra and says we are evolving quickly and in a beautiful healing direction. Now you know what I want to hear from you guys. I'm going to see if there's any here. I don't know why the video is freezing. Ugh, that's so annoying. But anyway, because I'm seeing people are dropping off too. That might be why. So refresh your page if you can hear me, if your video is frozen. So what I would love for you to do now is I want to hear about the moment it took you to. Was it shocking, the moment where it took you, the first moment? Like I was shocked it was Godspell. I didn't think it was that. I thought it would be my therapy moment. The moment I took it to was when I chose my high school, because that was definitely a magic wand empowering moment for that. So let me know what that moment was for you. Let me see what else. So Beth says, my wand is bright, warm, pulsating light in my heart chakra that I can remove, replace. My past magic wand movement was leaving my marriage, which was very scary, but very much for the best. My current magic wand moment is transitioning to my new meaningful work. I circled the magic wand around my desk and work location, circle of light, then became my new home office. Awesome. Great. So that exercise really helped. So since you really like that exercise, give me the likes and the loves and share the video if you feel like this is, I know a lot of you are in your closets and you're not letting people know that you talk to a medium. But if you're okay with it, share it. I'm, by the way, probably changing my my branding. Leah, yes, I'm going to do, there's a lot of videos I'm doing for membership. I'm probably going to be doing them Friday and next week. I have to catch up, but I will be doing a video on boundaries. I don't know that that's on there, so let me make a note of it to make sure, and I'll put it in my list, but I have a ton of videos to do for you guys, and they are getting done. All right, let's see anything else. And then I'm going to tell you how to do the drawing exercise for those of you who aren't in membership, but in membership, we are going to do it. I'll do this again with you guys in membership, and we will draw our magic wands. We'll do a live drawing thing. Sharon says, mine was too a bright light from the moon shining down on me, but also got an Irish green man wearing green clothes and a hat that was pointed. He held my hand singing and dancing, doing skips as he jolted down the road. I love that. Cheryl says, mine was a shiny, fluffy puppy, and it should be a moment when my dad was very sick in his spirit. Aw. Yeah. All right, guys. So thank you, Emily. Terry said, this was in front of my house. I grew up in about 7 years old cooking hamburgers on coffee cans. Not sure what happened then, but that's the first vision it took me to. That's great. So if you're not really sure, you want to know how you felt in that moment, right? So maybe it was fun. Maybe it was joy. Maybe it was like, maybe it was scarcity, but it was still fun. Like one of my favorite Christmases with my family was a very difficult moment. But the cheeseburgers and instant mashed potatoes and how we came together was a beautiful moment. So maybe that's what it was. Denny says a leprechaun. So you just want to know emotionally how it made you feel. Like my Godspell story was all about feeling I wanted something and I was going for it. And I didn't care if there were hundreds of people in the audience that wanted it too, because there were a ton of people trying to get those bottles. I was going to get it. And I was probably like 8 years old and I didn't care, maybe even younger. So it's just knowing how you felt empowered. All right. So for those of you who aren't in membership, what I would like you to do, and I'd love for you to share it on this page, on this post, is to draw your magic wand. Why? Color, music. I'm going to do this. Magic wand. That's what I love. It vibrates. So color, music is the sound of your soul. All our souls are creative. If you don't believe you're creative, you're wrong. Everybody is creative. So when you draw your magic wand, Michael wants to go outside. When you draw your magic wand, I'll be right back. When you draw your my dog, he trumps everything. When you draw your magic wand, there's going to be a language between the two of you. It's a very intimate experience. It's like when we did drawing your guides when we were doing the Facebook Lives, when we opened up membership. When you draw your magic wand, there's going to be an intimate experience of what color it wants to be. It's going to become more alive. It's going to become more three-dimensional. It's going to be something tangible that you can have it with you, that you can remember that you're empowered. And it also can help you as an intuitive tool, right? So you could notice that I want to go take this book class. Should I take this class? Let me ask my magic wand. Let me see what it says. And it gives you these tools to connect to the power inside of you, because we're not all, I can't say this for myself anymore, but I know when I wasn't engaged in the empowerment inside of me, making decisions and choices were very difficult. So I constantly needed, the guidance of therapists and coaches to help me make those decisions. And now I have that tool inside of me. I might still hire a coach, like I said, but I'm going to hold those sessions a little bit different than I did maybe 2 years ago even, right? Because my self-worth is so much in a much more full place. And I know I'm worthy of these experiences. So when you're trying to make decisions and choices, when you're not knowing your empowerment, something like this may really help you. All right, guys. So let me know how this exercise with you. I'm going to get off and join me next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. I did change the time of the lives on this page. I'm not really sure what I'm going to discuss yet because I'm building the content calendar right now as we speak. But for those of you who I'm not going to see, I won't see anybody on Thursday, Thanksgiving. I'll see my own people. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And thank you so much again for being part of my community. Definitely give the shares and the likes. And I will see you next week. And let me know how this was for you. Thank you so much.